Tend to the stream, so you've been stream monstering this all day. You've already seen Stiyg. You've already seen Dimension. Dimension, as we said, Melee Marth is playing Leo here, and Stiyg has got that Catdog.
Yes.
If you've been missing those up dogs, those strong confirms. Oh,
what's an up dog?
It's actually when you combo the light up air into the strong up air.
I'm making the what's up dog joke. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm corny like that.
No,
Get ready for 2 hours of terrible puns coming your way because we're playing a Nickelodeon fighting game up here with Catdog and Leonardo from Ninja Turtles on a stage from Avatar. So.
We can only run that bit once in the we got it out of the way now.
We might as well kick it off at the beginning. Yeah.
We don't get to do every caster gets one up dog joke at a major and then they have to stop.
But anyway, so Dimension, coming from a Marth background in Melee, utilizes the swords really well, the range, looking to juggle Stiyg really well. But Catdog is a kind of archetype of character that hasn't really existed much in Smash or other games prior to this.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some of the pillar stuff, obviously very different than Melee Falco, but you're bouncing them up and down, and you're also trying to vie for that stage position by okay, I'm gonna nair, they're gonna go off to the side, I'm gonna be able to dunk them. Yeah, no, it's really interesting seeing some of these archetypes coming out. As we're saying this, Leo's just swinging right now, though. Yeah. High percent, but I love that. I love that we are seeing dash dancing in this game.
Ever since this patch started at it, and then the patch is going to come after this one, it's currently out for PC now. Actually, refines it a little bit further, but we still get to see it now. Have all your different Smash veterans utilize some of that tech, but a lot of different things you got to do in order to kind of keep your spacing, because when you have the frame of Catdog, it's very awkward to try and hit such a low-profile character that's just withstanding.
It's a long, lanky character, which is not usually a profile you see in a typical platform fighter.
Usually you have tall, Bayonetta or something, but not just short and wide, which is until you're the dog, smash attacks and stuff.
Yeah. And then Dog is ripped. Can we just mention, Dog is real strong.
Super ripped. And at first, I thought that, all right, these are, some of the best moves in the game, which, believe me, they are some of the best moves in the game. But if you look at, the different data for it, you actually elongate your hurtbox a few frames before the hitbox. So you can put out some hitboxes, in the way of it, especially if your Leonardo does a great job of that. But
I've seen some wonky-looking kills because, the hitbox got extended, but they didn't kill.
Yes.
All right, Leo's taking the lead. It's still very back and forth right now, though. Nothing crazy. We got that double dunk. Never mind. Make me eat my words. This is just over.
Yes. People are used to seeing the kills like that, the down air, down air, down air. People like to call it the Nickelodeon. But remember, ever since the patch we're playing on right now, they significantly buffed the eye across, just game mechanically, how it works. So
you still got it. You can still go for it. But it is not free like it was before.
It was super free before.
And especially the confirms into it are much harder as well. If you got the person below you, you can often hit it. But setting it up is more difficult.
And that was a good way that Dimension looked for it, got it, and kept pushing it no matter how far down he went because, he's got a stack to go for. Might as well close out the game.
Running it to Urkin Armada. We got those triplats on deck.
For anybody at home who's following along and wants to know the specific competitive rules, you got your 4 legal stages, the same as competitive mode and online for this game. We got the 3 stages that are not rooftop as your starters. Each player strikes 1, and then for every subsequent game after that, no bans, no DSR. Pick your stage and let's go for it.
Yep, I know at the beginning of this game's lifespan, there was a little bit of questioning about rooftop because of some lag issues, but that has been fixed as well. The optimization's there, so we're not getting any of those lags. Just going for that cargo throw down air, it's good, it still works. It is not free like it was before.
Yes.
DI does exist, it's a thing now.
Every little bit of recovery there that Stiyg just did with the up B, at first it looked like, I missed a perfect ledge grab or so, but then it's all right, then they're starting to mix up their spacing with how they do, grabbing a ledge like that, which mixed up Dimension on when he's going to be using his down tilt and other moves. So great job on that, not losing that stock yet, and just keeping into it because of that, premier spacing.
All right, I mean, and then what we've been talking about a lot of this is Leo has disjoint in a game where a lot of characters don't.
Yeah.
Or the characters that don't have disjoint like this. Lincoln's got a yo-yo. It's not a sword, though.
Yeah.
No one's calling Lincoln a swordie in this game.
Most characters have either some of the range or some projectiles, but projectiles have natural built-in counterplay to them because you can hit them back, you can grab them, but you can't grab the sword. You get hit by the sword.
I mean, I guess you could.
Don't try to grab it. It's not a good idea.
Yep. Well, where a lot of characters have like 1 or 2 moves that have disjoint, where on Leo, it's almost all of them.
Yeah, he's holding 2 of those disjoints right now at all times. So anything that Stiyg can do here to kind of mix up some different approaches there, do some cross-ups on shield. Maybe a little bit more use of the boomerang bone could help a little bit. We've seen it a couple times, but the spacing is tough because Dimension's really closing the gap, keeping the gap very close.
The teeter does Vector, but has lost that ability. Okay, does get it back. I mean, I don't think it's like a one move thing though. I unfortunately think that Dimension is just solidly outplaying. Just a lot of like moving a little bit faster, a little bit better at neutral, doing it a little bit more with each of his combos, and that's why we're seeing Dimension solidly take that game too.
Every little bit Stiyg tried to go in there to recover. Dimension backed up, went back in. Perfect spacing to grab every little bit of just continual edge guard, that entire end of the stock.
And Dimension, just looking around.
Yeah.
You're on the main stage, soak it all in.
Yeah.
God, these cameras, I know it's a dumb
They're
thing
nice.
to be like surprised at. I'm not surprised. But every time it zooms in on one of the players, it's like, man, everyone looks good in a good camera. All right, no switch. Still got that Leo versus that Catdog. I haven't seen either of them play any other characters this time in this bracket. Everything is best of 5, top 64 on out.
Which is awesome. I was just playing losers of top 64, and right off the bat, they're like, oh, by the way, it's best of 5. I'm like, oh, excuse me? Awesome?
Cool.
Competitors love it. You get to get more matches, get more used to your opponent.
Yep.
Becomes a little bit of a game of just if you can adapt or not. So, for instance, if we see Stiyg start to pull ahead here, that's definitely a big part of a player is adapting to your opponent.
I've never seen a game that has more back and forth 3 stocks, or
I know.
like one person will do like a crazy like, all right, they got a 2 stock, but it was dirty, and then the next player will come right back to the next game. And so I think especially in a 3 stock game, I think having a best of 5 is really important at that level.
And the games usually go very quick. Like, every now and then, you'll get certain character matchups where it's like, oh, this is going to take a while, like if it's like a Zim versus a Blina kind of thing. But I'd say like 75% of the games run incredibly quick.
Oh, right. They run very fast. Even the long games don't actually take that long.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels longer. But there's so much happening in this game at any moment. Goes for that downer mix-up, and the second one's going to clutch it out.
Perfect spacing there. Without getting hit by Catdog's up special as well, like putting out that sword exactly where it needs to be, covering that ledge. Perfect. Good jab reset there into the forward strong. However, Dimension gets back fine, and with a pretty healthy lead, it looks like it's going to be okay.
Just swiping them.
Yeah.
Just lots of swipes. Just jab, 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 jab. Especially as you work someone towards the ledge, because if you chill on the ledge, you get that teeter.
Let's get punished. Barely whiff something, but like you said, just keep pushing him towards that ledge more and more until it's just off. Yeah.
Yep. Leo's a good character.
Very, very good character.
Not saying that was not Dimension playing very well. I'm not taking anything away from him, but between Dimension, I saw Thunders in the last one.
Oh my gosh.
Do get a triple 3 stock into a double 2 stock or double 3 stock and a 2 stock. Like, Leo can be made to look busted, even though I don't think I don't even think Leo's the best character in the game. I think Leo definitely has a voice. It has a horse in that race, but like there's some.
So are you saying Lucy?
There's some people still on the Lucy train. There's some people saying it's Aang. I'm saying I think it's up in the air versus
it is up in the air, yeah.
Versus like, oh, Leo's definitively the best character.
I think